my name is Rachel Carlson, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today on the effectiveness of part practice for 3-ball juggling. So, to give you an introduction of the study that we did, motor learning refers to the process of learning and attaining physical movements. Different practice methods have been studied to determine how they impact the efficiency of learning for complex tasks. One of those methods is called part practice. Part practice is where a task is broken down into smaller components and learned separately before combining them. Part practice is useful for serial tasks that are learned slowly because it allows the learner to focus on one task at a time, but the effectiveness of part practice can depend on the nature of the task itself. So the purpose and hypothesis of this was 3-ball juggling is an example of a complex motor task that involves accurate timing, coordination, and control. It involves throwing, catching, and maintaining multiple balls in the air at the same time. The purpose of this study is to determine if part practice more effectively improves learning and retention of 3-ball juggling compared to whole practice. It is hypothesized that participants in the whole practice condition will show better retention and more consistent performance than those who practice juggling as a part practice. This hypothesis is based on the idea that whole practice is more impactful for skills that require the entire sequence to be practiced in its entirety. So for our method, we had 2 groups who were used for a juggling activity, part practice and whole practice. The part practice group had tasks of 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball, and catch. The 3-ball juggling, each task had 5 transfers or attempts, with the experimenter recording the number of catches and quality. The whole practice group focused on 3-ball juggling for the entire session. With the same recording process, each group had 8 trials in each of the 4 blocks, taking a 1-minute break after each block and a 5-minute break before the retention test. Ultimately, the study aimed to compare the effectiveness of part practice versus the effectiveness of whole practice methods in learning how to juggle, with data collected on performance quality and catch count. So the results of our study were the numerical value of both part and whole practice is displayed on table 1, and the lab findings indicate that on average whole practice managed to complete 6.1 ball passes. The experiment revealed that partial practice involves 5.07 ball passes. This can be observed in the visual depiction shown in Figure 1 as well. This diagram displays that the entire exercise session experienced a greater average of ball contacts. The p-value, as indicated in Table 1, was 0.0303604. The results of the study support the hypothesis that whole practice is more effective than part practice for learning and retaining the skill of 3-ball juggling. Participants in the whole practice were more consistent in the practice and retention of this skill compared to the participants who performed the part practice. The p-value of 0.0303604 is less than 0.05. This provides evidence that the difference between the 2 groups is significant, indicating that whole practice is more effective than part practice for this particular skill. This supports the understanding that tasks involving complex interactions between components are better learned through whole practice. It allows for the development of timing and variability between the movements. And below are my references. Thank you so much. Have a great day.